Hello guys, so I promised I was going to do a video showing the exercises I did when I had my back pain. So I'm going to show 4 exercises. Those 4 exercises are the exercises that I believe really helped me get rid of the pain. These 4 exercises, I did a lot of it and I felt better. The pains went away. So I'm going to show you those 4 exercises. And if you have back pains, you can try these exercises and I think it's going to help. Everything I described or I show in this video, it's based on my personal experience and my opinion. So please always try to seek the advice of a professional medical expert in any situation. So guys, this first exercise is very simple. It's the simplest among all of it because it involves sleeping, right? I just took another exercise and mimicked it while I slept because when I sleep, I can sleep in one position for long periods of time. So I figured out if I could sleep in this position for long, it was going to help me. So I tried it and it worked. So how do we do it? Before I go to bed, before going to bed, you sleep on your stomach. So you sleep on your stomach. And since the problem is on the lower back, it's here. So we are trying to push the bulge disc back inwards. So before going to bed, try to sleep on your stomach and then use like 2 pillowcases, right? So let's say this is one pillowcase and this is the second pillowcase, right? So the first pillowcase is your normal pillowcase for your headrest. So this one you're going to use for your headrest. The second pillowcase goes just above your stomach. Just above your stomach, around your chest. So you sleep on the pillowcase this way and then you rest your head. So you sleep in this position and just go to sleep in this position. So once you sleep in this position, the probability is you're going to end up sleeping for a couple of hours in that fixed position, and it's going to help put pressure on your back, and that disc is going to pull inwards. It's going to pull inwards. And if you do this for a couple of months, I think it's going to help because it helped me. So yeah, that is the first exercise. You sleep on your stomach and try to elevate your chest so that it creates a little bit pressure on your lower back inwards towards your stomach. And since you're sleeping, it's definitely you're going to be in that position for a couple of hours, and that's going to help. So that was the first exercise. The second exercise is the piriformis. So this exercise, how to do it, you lie on your stomach. So you lie on your stomach flat. You try to keep your waist on the floor, and then you lift the side of the leg which has a problem. So my pain is on the left leg, from the left side of my leg. So you lift the side of the leg, you lift the leg with the problem, and you cross it on the other leg, like to form a 4. So once you're in this position, you try to elevate the knee upwards. So you lift the leg upwards like this and you hold it there for a couple of seconds. And you bring it down, you rest for a couple of seconds, and then you repeat the motion. So you lift it and you bring it down. So while you're doing the exercise, try as much as possible to stabilize from your waist downwards. It should stay flat on the floor as much as possible. You try to lift the leg with the problem upwards. This creates pressure on the back from the side you're feeling the pain, and that helps push the disc inwards. So one more time, you lie flat,
you cross the leg with a pin on the opposite leg, and then you try to lift it up like this. And you drop. You lift it, you hold it for a couple of seconds, you drop. One more time, you lift, and you drop. So that's the second exercise. You can hold it for like 4-5 seconds, and then you drop 5 seconds, repeat it a couple of times, say 8 to 10 times, and then you also repeat this exercise a couple of times a day. So about say 4 to 5 times a day. After every 4-5 hours, you repeat the exercise. That was the second exercise. The third exercise is the cobra stretch. You can do this exercise at home. You can do this exercise in the office, anywhere. So how do you do this exercise? The same thing. Lie on the stomach. Lie flat on the stomach with your arms out in front of you, around shoulder width. You bring your arms a little bit inwards, like this, and you try to keep your hips flat on the floor. So your hips in all the exercises, your hips downwards should try to stay on the floor as much as possible. So in this position, you lift your chest upwards using your arms and try to keep your hips flat on the floor. So you lift your chest upwards like this, and you hold it in this position. You hold it in this position for about 5 to 10 seconds. And then you drop. You take a couple of seconds of rest, and then you repeat it again. And then you drop. So when performing this exercise, try to keep your waist, your hip to your legs flat on the floor. Depending on your level of pains, depending on the level of pain you are feeling, you can keep your elbows a little bit bent, and as you go along, you can try to lift your upper body higher and higher, so as much as comfortable as you can do. So at the beginning, if you feel a lot of pain, you can just go a little bit up until when you start feeling the pain, you stop. And then with repetitions, try to push yourself a little bit higher. And with time, you can go full stretch. So you can stretch your body fully. You hold 10 seconds, and then you gradually drop. So that's how you do the third exercise. That was the third exercise. So the first exercise, the second exercise, the third exercise, I've shown you how to do it. The fourth exercise, I'm going to show you the fourth exercise. Unfortunately, the fourth exercise is an exercise you do in the gym, because it's done on the gym machine, and I don't know if there's a version of that you can do at home. But for those who have access to any gym, I'm going to show you the fourth exercise, and you can do it if you have access to that machine. Okay guys, so this is the fourth exercise. The fourth exercise I did for my back pain, the back extensions. So this is the machine. Unfortunately, this type of machine you can only find it in the gym. So if you have access to this type of a machine, use it to alleviate your back pain. So how do we do this exercise? What you want to do is you want to adjust the bench to be at your hip height. So it should just be around your hip, and once you're around your hip, you get into this position. You can support the back heel of your leg like this, and once you get in this position, you go down. Don't go too much down, just around this position. and then you lift yourself back up. So around when you're parallel, just a little bit up, and then we come down, we go up, we come down, we go up, we come down, we go up, we come down, we go up. So that's essentially the movement. And at the beginning, because you're in pain, you try to limit your inclination a little bit. So you can't go too down. You shouldn't go too much down. You shouldn't go too much down this way, and you shouldn't try to come too much up. So you limit around this range, around here, and then you come back to around this range. And then you repeat the motion. Repeat the motion. Repeat the motion. Repeat the motion. So guys, that is the back extension.